That time, Greg DeVille Show, live on the air. We're excited about great information and the time to tell you it's time to get into a home. It's time for you to stop paying the landlord's rent and paying off his mortgage, and it's time for you to get your own home in 2017. Listen, it's the live Greg DeVille Let's Talk Real Estate Show, and I'm your host. I'm Greg DeVille. Good morning to you. It's a beautiful morning here in Las Vegas Valley. We're having a beautiful time with our weather. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Don't mean to brag, but I think I will at this moment take a moment out and say, wow, just beautiful. Listen, you have been renting way too long. You have been paying the landlord's mortgage off. And listen, it's time for you to start creating wealth through equity. That's right, creating wealth through equity. Listen, I'm Greg DeVille with DeVille Realty Group. We're here every Friday morning, 9 a.m. right here to tell you more great information that's available to you. Listen, this is free to you. Don't forget, we're in our pledge drive here at Power 88. We want you to make sure that you give. And I want to challenge all my realtor friends out there. I know you're listening because you're making money from the show, just as we all are, because this is great information that even help a realtor, a broker, whomever you are in the business out there. Listen, I want to challenge you. Power 88, we're putting together pledge drive, and we want you to give. Listen, you know we're a public radio, and we want to make sure that you're doing your part as well. Listen, I want to challenge all my realtor friends, my broker friends out there. Listen, if you're a broker or just a salesperson, here's what I want you to do. I want you to get a check out, and I want you to make it payable to Power 88. I want you to make it to Power 88, KCEP Radio. Listen, I want you to write that check for $100. I need $100 from my listeners, my friends. You're out there, you've made money. I've talked to some of you realtors out there, and you said, listen, Greg DeVille, your show has been a blessing not only to the buyers, the sellers, but even to the realtors. And if you're out there and you've made money from hearing the show and getting information and sharing it with people, and you've made any part of monies, I want to challenge you today. I want you to take the challenge. I want you to get your checkbook out, write a check payable to KCEP Radio for $100. I'm challenging all my realtors and my broker partners out there. Friends at NARAB, listen, let's get together because this station has been able to get the word out. Listen, we've been here since 2015, sharing information with the Valley, with our listeners, but also with our realtors. Because again, many of you I've spoken with in your realtors, you've heard the show. The show has blessed you as well. And it's coming from Power 88. It's coming from the radio station right here at KCP, the People Station. So don't forget. I need you to bring it down to the station. You know where we are. Don't get brand new on me. You know right where we are. We're right here on D Street in Washington, right on the corner. You've seen us from the freeway. We've been here a long time. Listen, KCP Pledge Drive, please do what you can. Those of you that are out there listening, give what you can. Listen, every little bit counts. We appreciate everyone. Maybe you can't give $100, but you can give $75. Whatever you can do, I want you to get that together. During my show, I want to make sure that we're putting monies in. My check is ready. I'll be meeting with Lanice Rogers in just a little bit to put my funds in the pot. Listen, everything adds up at the end of the day. We're able to stay on the air. So we want to do what's necessary. I appreciate the People Station. Listen, I meet so many families who I've heard the Greg DeVille Show. I was walking in the mall the other day going to see my wife, and you know the show is sponsored by LensCrafters Eyewear, where you can get glasses in about an hour right there at 4300 Meadows Lane at the Meadows Mall. Go by and see the wonderful Team DeVille over there. They're doing a great job. They're awesome. Listen, these Tom Fords, they're selling everything. Everything you can imagine, they've got it. So go by LensCrafters Eyewear. Talk to the team over there, the Team DeVille. Right there, General Manager Marquetta DeVille, the beautiful, the wonderful Marquetta DeVille. They're sponsoring our radio show every week. Listen, they have been such an asset to us. They keep us on the air, and we want to appreciate them. Don't forget, go by there, 4300 Meadows Lane, and see the Team DeVille at LensCrafters Eyewear. Listen, now, you have made that check out. I want you to bring it by the studio. I want you to make sure you get that check dropped off. It's Friday afternoon. You're getting paid. You're closing in escrow. Somebody right now, you just walked away from a signing, or you signed this week and you got a check. I want you to bring some money by the studio. And I challenge you today, all my realtor partners, I challenge you to come by Power 88, the People Station, and let's give a pledge in our pledge drive. Right now, listen, if you're a veteran, I just got a question for you. I asked this question on last week, and I got quite a bit of information from it. In fact, I want to give shouts out to some of our listeners. We're actually working with Glenn Moffitt, Vicky Foster, Sam Smith, Christopher Jenkins, Martell Dennis, Falana Davis, Eric McCall. They simply made the call. They simply made the call to the radio station and said, you know what? I heard your show. And shouts out to George Taylor out there. George called me this week. Listen, it doesn't matter where you are. Listen, most of these families are $200 up to $400,000. They're approved. You know why? Because they made the call. 702 515-41. But to give it to the radio station, don't forget 702-647-3688. That's the power station. And I want you to make sure you call and give your pledge to the power station, 702-647-3688. Make sure you're giving so that this station can stay on the air, so we continue to give great information to you, the listeners. Listen, you're not paying for this information, but your pledges are certainly helping to keep us on the air. So I want to talk about how that these buyers that I've been giving shouts out to this morning, they're approved, ready to go. I'm going out this afternoon. Eric Mikhail, also Martell Dennis. We're going out this afternoon, find them a property. Martell got approved last week. Chris, Sam. Wow, Sam found him a home yesterday. Shouts out to Sam Smith. Sam said, man, I want a house. Listen, show me a few. I'll find one that's nice. Man, I can make this work. So I really appreciate Sam. He got out there and found a home. And we went out 2 days this week. And he found one on the first day. Some really nice homes out there. You're not going to find your dream home at $200,000, $250,000, $300,000. Your dream home may cost you $600,000, $800,000 as more of a dream home. But listen, it's better than an apartment you're in right now. If you get a home, if you get approved for $200,000, listen, find a nice house. You know, there are some nice homes out there. You made that apartment your home. I want you to make this house your home. You don't have to stay in it forever. You're not bound to have to stay in that property forever, but you will be required to keep it a minimum 1 year. Listen, our grant programs are available. Down payment assistance. We do have a class coming up. Our class will be held April 8th. April 8th at 570 West Cheyenne Road. Now, you need to call to get your name on the list. 702-515-4100. Call and get your name on the list, because our list does go by pretty fast with names, so that we fill up really quick. So if you want to get on our class April 8th, okay, 2017, you want to be on the class with a down payment. Now, you know these classes give up to $15,000, but you have to have the certificate in order to qualify for those programs, which is an 8-hour home buyer education. So 570 Suite 210 West Cheyenne Road. Okay, so keep that in mind. We want to get you in so that you can have a home in 2017. Now, if credit is an issue, I want you to stop just using that as why you can't. Listen, I'm a product of a credit situation. Last year, I had credit challenges. You know, a lot happened in 2011 and 9, and oh my gosh, yeah, a lot happened. Things out of control. However, the market has declined back then, and things were just upside down. And so we, lost out quite a bit. But guess what? Today, there's a new day. Today, there's new opportunity. Today, there's an opportunity for you to get into a home. And I want to help you. Can I do that? 702-515-4100. Don't forget, make the call, because these families that I just called the name, Sam Smith and so many others, Christopher Jenkins, Martell Dennis, Falana Davis, coming through our educational program. Listen, if you know a school teacher, I want to say if you're a school teacher, but more than likely our school teachers are out teaching. So, but if you know a school teacher, K through the 12th grade, currently through the Clark County School District, we have up to $10,000 to help our teachers. So you know a teacher out there who is renting at this time. There is a program for teachers. They must be teachers. They have to be K through the 12th grade in order to qualify for these programs. Of course, you got to have at least 580 FICO score, Now, we do have programs available. Many of them are FICO score driven. Okay. Now, if you don't have at least a 580 with some money, you need to have a 620 to a 640 or better in order to get these programs. Okay. Now, these grants are available. They do have requirements. Now, when the lenders require certain documentation, we need you to bring that documentation in. Okay. Now, I need you to be careful while you're buying a home. Don't go out financing. Don't go using your credit cards. Be careful what you do, because these items can hinder you later on in the process. So be careful. Now, there are some dangers once you get approved. All these families that are approved right now, we're working with about 10 families at DeVille Realty Group that are approved, and we're finding them homes. I'm expecting Sam Smith today. Shouts out to Sam. Sam Smith's offer getting accepted today. Beautiful home. My goodness. He had 3 or 4 yesterday. He said, man, it's hard to choose, but this one right here, I think is going to be the one. So listen, find you a home If you don't know what to do, give DeVille Realty a call. We'll walk through the process with you. We'll show you exactly what you need to do. Listen, I'm over 12 years in the industry. I've been a realtor 12 years here in the Las Vegas Valley. I'm 30 years in the construction industry. Okay, so just so you know, I'm pretty familiar around construction and real estate. So if you want to get with a team that's doing things, shouts out to the team over there at DeVille Realty Group. We have Margarita Prado. We have LaShondra Parker. I took the time to write the name. Eddie Montgomery, Monique Buchanan, LaShondra Parker, yours truly, Greg DeVille. Elijah over there working with us and helping keep everything together for us there as our transaction coordinator. And a fine job, I must add, keeping it on top of things. So listen, DeVille Realty, we're out here to help you. We want to get you what you need to get you creating wealth through equity. Now, I want you to understand, if you've been renting for 3 years at $1,200 a month, $1,200 a month at 3 years, you've paid $43,200 to your landlord. That's how much you pay toward his equity in his home. Doesn't that make you angry? You've given, listen, I rented for 3 years. I paid $1,500 a month. I gave the landlord $54,000 in 3 years. When I realized, I says, wow, I got to get out of the rental. Listen, you pastors out there, I want to challenge you. Many times pastors are having challenges and we don't know it. But if you're willing to, put your pride aside, say, you know what, DeVille, I do need to get on this track. I'm leading a church, but I don't own a home. If you're out there and you're not in position, you're not owning a home, you need to call Greg DeVille, DeVille Realty Group, 702-515-4100. Give us a call. Listen, you don't have to tell me you're a pastor. That's fine. You don't have to come at that. Listen, you're going to be Mr. Joe Blow. Okay? Listen, we just want to get you out of the madness of renting and giving money down the drain. Listen, if you're a veteran, explain to me, why are you renting when you can have the government back a loan for you? All you've got to do is have at least a 580 FICO with an income. If you're paying over $1,200 a month and you're a veteran, there is no reason why you cannot own a home. You need to give us a call and let's see why you can't own a home. Maybe you've got too much debt. Maybe you're not spending money. A lady wrote me on Facebook the other day and she said, well, realtors don't explain that, there's a lot to buying a home and saving the earnest money. Listen, it's not difficult. You've got to change your spending habits. If you take care of your spending habits, listen, if you go out to dinner, I went out last night. We went over to one of these nice restaurants. It was a friend of ours' birthday. They automatically charged us 18% gratuity. And I'm okay with gratuity. But you just told me I'm giving you 18% off the bat. And if you add up all the gratuity, within the next month or two, if you just cut back and just start buying and cooking, say, I'm going to sacrifice for a home. Listen, to own a home is sacrifice. People talk about interest rates, but let me tell you something. You're giving 100% interest when you pay rent. When you're renting, do you know you're giving that money away? So you literally may just well take that money, put it in a garbage disposal, turn it on because you'll never get it back. That's the very same thing you do when you're renting, is you're putting that money in a garbage disposal, never to get it back. So if there's a gentleman, Greg DeVille, he's telling you, he's educating you. This doesn't even cost you. Listen, when you get approved, we go out and find you a home. Listen, you don't even pay me the realtor. No, you don't. The seller from whom home property you find, okay, whichever home you find, they pay the realtor. Okay, whether it's a new home, don't go to these new home builders without representation. Those people work for the new home builder. They don't represent you. You don't pay me. I represent you free. So I show up with you. The other day, Chris Jenkins and I went out to the new home, Lennar. Very beautiful, nice homes. I mean, nice. They're upgrading with granite. And they've gotten the idea. Listen, people like granite and coconut or what is that? That dark cabinet. Yeah. I forget the name of it, but the dark brown. But they've really enhanced the properties really nice. They're not hard to approve. I just say, listen, take representation. You don't go to court without an attorney. Even if you're in jail, you get a public defender, somebody on your side. That's what a realtor does. Preferably Greg DeVille, DeVille Realty Group, 702-515-4100, or visit us on our website, www.devillerealty.com. You can stay right there. Listen, VA, conventional FHA. If you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years, if you have not, I know you say, but I owned a home before. Listen, if it's been longer than 3 years, you are considered a first-time home buyer. Forgive yourself. You got in over your head. You weren't able to maintain it. But if it's over 3 years, you are a first-time buyer. What does that mean? That means you can get a home now as low as 3.5% down. That means you can actually qualify for some of the grant programs that are available. However, you will, in many cases, have to do an 8-hour homebuyer class. It's April 8th, 570 West Cheyenne, Suite 210. Call DeVille Realty. Get your name on the list, 702-515-4100. Give us a call. We want to get you on the list so that we can get that certificate. Once you get that certificate, we want you to qualify. Now, if you have credit challenges, listen, I have had credit challenges. I got with the program someone exposed me to, like I want to do you. I want to expose you to some information someone exposed me to last year around this time. He said, listen, get with Financial Education Services. They're able to help get your credit on track. I joined the team, got my credit on track, went from a low 520, and under 50 days, I was at a 677. I was able to qualify for a home. So I want to tell you, listen, you don't pay me for this. You're not paying me for this. I'm giving you this information each and every week. You know why? Because I want to make sure you know what's available to you. Now, if you don't get off your seat to do nothing and do something, then you'll just continue to rent. But if someone's coming on the air, and again, we appreciate LensCrafters Eyewear sponsoring our show and the beautiful team over there, DeVille team at LensCrafters, and my lovely wife, Marquetta DeVille, who's working Mary Kay as well. If you've been looking to do Mary Kay, listen, there's an opportunity for you. Want to make sure you know what's available. Want to make sure you know what's available. Shouts out to Vicky Foster and those of you that are calling in. Yes, we're going out. We're going out this afternoon. Martell, we're going out this afternoon. We're going to find something. You know, if you make it simple, if you don't complicate the process, you can find you a home and you can close it as simple as under 30 to 40 days. You can get your keys before you sign another lease. Find out if you qualify. If you don't qualify, give us a call. Give us a call, 702-515-4100. If credit is an issue, don't let it be an issue anymore. Challenge credit is only credit that hasn't been challenged. We want to challenge your credit. We get out here. We do what we want you to do, what we've done. We've gotten it together. Guess what? I own a home. I posted on Facebook. My wife and I own a home today, got our credit done. We took the necessary steps to get on track to do what was necessary to get that home. If you live in the Las Vegas Valley, I'm your Las Vegas realtor, Greg DeVille, DeVille Realty Group. 12 years in the industry. We want everyone. You know, Oprah Winfrey had a show one day and she gave everybody, she said, all you guys get a car. We want all you guys to get a home. Yeah, we're giving you the grant. So if I could sell you a home with no money down, would you buy it? Answer that. That's a question to you. If I could sell you a home with no money down, would you buy it? If I could tell you we have grants that will give you the money to buy a home, what are you waiting for? Every week I come on, but again, we've got about 10 in the pipeline right now. Listen, if you want to get on the team, you want to get in line. Maybe you don't qualify right now. Maybe you need a little credit assistance. Don't worry about it. Don't be embarrassed. I believe I went through some things in life and I'm able to share it and be transparent to say, look, I know where you are. I've been there. I can't tell you how having a baby is. I never had that, but I can tell you having bad credit is because I've had it. I've had some challenges that has caused my credit to fall really low. However, there is a new day. There's a new beginning. We want to get you on track. Would you let us do that? 702-515-4100. If you're just tuning in, you're tuning into the Greg DeVille Let's Talk Real Estate show. And I'm your host. I'm Greg DeVille. Facebook Live right now. Listen, we share this information each and every week. So if you're driving right now, just remember DeVille, like the car, Coupe DeVille, DeVilleRealty.com. Somebody said, like Cruella DeVille? Yeah, like Cruella DeVille. However you remember that, DeVilleRealty.com. Visit us on our website. All our contact information is on there. If you got a pen, you're waiting on that number again, it's 515-4100. We're here to help. DeVille Realty Group. I've been in the real estate industry over 30 years. I've been a realtor over 12 years. Listen, we just started DeVille Realty Group. We're not new in the business. We're just starting here with the company. But I've been a realtor for a long time. I've helped many families. Listen, if you short sold your home and it's longer than 3 years ago, if you got foreclosed on and it's been past 3 years, you can buy a home again, and we can give you the grant for the money down. And I, Greg DeVille, work with the seller to get your closing costs covered. So we cover all your bases. I will show you how to get your closing costs done. Shouts out to our many lenders out there. Elizabeth Lamas and Alicia Taylor and Diana Dykes and Lisa Foster. We've got lenders out there on standby to help you get approved. If you don't get approved, come back and see me. Join our team with the credit restoration. If that's what you need to, I've had to do it. I know exactly the process. I took the step. I have people calling me. They have credit programs. Listen, and they may work. I have no problem with your program. It very well may work. I just don't know about it. I just haven't proven. But what I've proven, I can tell you I know about. And this I know about. I personally own a 6-bedroom, 4-bath home today, and I had bad credit. I took the steps to get it done. You listen, I get a lot of calls from our listeners here, and many times we have credit challenges. I say, let's challenge it. Challenge credit is just credit that hasn't been challenged. You just sat on it, and you listen, many people call me and say, well, I would like to buy a home, but my credit, off the top, where your credit is. So let's go in. Let's deal with the elephant in the room. Let's say, listen, I want to talk with you, Mr. DeVille, about my credit. I need to get on the program and get my credit right. Last week we had Mr. Gerald Boga call in. He said, listen, I got on the program and I lived in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. He said, I came to Vegas. I tried to qualify for a home. My scores were too low. I talked to Mr. DeVille. He got me in on the financial education service program. It took me some 90 days, in his case, some 90 days, to get his score where he needed to be to qualify. So wherever you are right now, let's help you get where you need to be to qualify. You've been thinking about selling your home? Listen, I've got buyers right now. So you've been thinking about selling your home? Give DeVille Realty a call. I want to help you sell that property. In many cases, I have buyers approved from 200. I have a couple at 150, but I've got mostly 200, 250 up to $400,000 in that price range. So give us a call. You've been thinking about selling. I may have a buyer for you. You may not have to put it on the market very long. Give us a call. You want to sell your home. Many of you want to upgrade, or you may want to downsize. Now, there is a product. It's a loan. We call it product. But there is a product to help you if you want to downsize. I know there's a client out there, Mr. Larry, and he just had knee surgery, and he's got a 2-story home. And he says, man, I really want to downsize. Shouts out to Maurice Reed out there. They owned a home and bought a home. That's not impossible. It's possible. We want to help you. These money down programs are here. They're here to help. They're grants. They're available. We want to help you. Don't let credit be a challenge, because I thought I couldn't own until 7 years. The myth versus the fact. The myth is we've got to wait 7 years. The fact is you really don't. You can begin to challenge your credit, get it on track as I did, begin to own a home today. If you own the home, you can get in and begin to process and stop paying rent. $1,200 a month times 3 years is $43,200. I had a gentleman call me last week. He said, man, that's me. He said, I'm paying $1,200 a month, and I've been here longer than 3 years. I want you to do the math wherever you are. If you've been in your rent and you've been there 5 years, it doesn't matter. Do the math, whatever that is. For me, it was $1,500 a month, okay? And I was there 3 years. So 1,500 months times 12 months gave me a number. Then I multiplied that times 3 years, and it gave me $54,000. And to think, the guy only paid $180,000 for the house when the market was low. So guess what? Before I rented, he rented to some other renters. So guess what? In the 6 years, he's gotten at least $108,000 in 6 years. Wow. Can you imagine being a landlord. Now, many of you want to be investors. You want to invest. Listen, we do commercial investment properties. Listen, there you can buy a fourplex as a first-time home buyer. You can own a fourplex. You will have to own or occupy one of the units. Okay, you'll have to occupy one of the units for a minimum of 3 years, but you can get that as low as 3.5% down. And the other local, rents will offset the mortgage. So listen, you want more detail, you've got to give DeVille Realty a call. Visit our website, DeVilleRealty.com. Listen, whatever you do, get in touch with me. Whether it's credit, don't let that be a problem. Many of you say, I don't qualify. Shouts out to Miss Linworth out there. She called me, she spoke to me one afternoon after church and says, well, Mr. DeVille, she says, I want to move, I want to rent somewhere else. I said, well, why don't you buy a home? She said, I don't think I can buy. I said, give a lender a call. Give my lender a call. I work with several lenders. I said, give Miss Taylor a call. See if you qualify. Guess what? She gave the call. She qualified. Miss Linworth's got a home today. Beautiful home. Beautiful home. All wood floors, tile kitchen in the wet areas. Man, I'll tell you, you just don't know what's out there until you give it a try. It doesn't cost. Absolutely free. If credit is an issue, we're going to help you get it on track. Listen, many of you qualify right now. You just need to make the call or visit us at DeVilleRealty.com, 702-515-4100. I'm Greg DeVille with the Greg DeVille Let's Talk Real Estate Show. We're here every week. We want to make sure that you know what's available to you. Many families have gotten on track with their credit in 2017. You could be next. It's not real expensive. Give me a call for more details. Remember, if you've been thinking about selling your home, we've got buyers. We've got buyers. So very well, we may be able to walk one of our buyers right over to your property, get it sold. You've got to make the call. 702-515-4100. Listen, Las Vegas, I'm out of time, but I'm not out of information. Love to share with you every Friday, 9 a.m. right here, KCP. Don't forget our pledge drive. 702-647-3688. Don't forget to call. And my realtor friends, again, I challenge you. Come on, let's do it. Write that check to KCP. I'm challenging you at $100. I want each of you. I want to challenge you at $100. You're a realtor. You're a broker. I want to challenge you. You know you've made some money with DeVille Real Estate Talk Show. You've got clients from it. Give back to the station because that's where you hurry through. Power 88, the people station. Well, Las Vegas, it's Friday morning. You have a great day, a safe weekend. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Have a great weekend and be safe.